Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. I'm your host, Jeff Porcaro, and I'm here with our guest, Orlando Bo Corona. And we're going to talk to Bo a little bit today. And Bo, tell us what sports you play and what positions and what year you are in school.
Okay, so I'm a senior. I play baseball. I'm on, yeah, I play baseball. I play center field, left field, and I play third base occasionally.
That's great. And so, with this whole suspension from playing and everything, what have you been doing to keep busy?
Um, Honestly, I've been working a lot, and when I'm not working, I'm either playing baseball or just hanging out with family or friends. At home, of course.
Keeping social distance, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really tough. Being an athlete and not continuing when you were right in the beginning of your season. There's a lot of activity and drills and practice and weightlifting and everything else that goes on. So it's really tough to kind of stop and not continue on. One thing I want to talk about is as you go out and work and get out on the field and stuff, when you're getting into a game situation, what do you do to kind of calm yourself and get into the game so that you can compete at your highest level?
Um, Honestly, it's kind of hard when it's like a big game or it's like a really important game for your team. It's kind of hard to stay like not get your nerves up and stuff like that, but it's best for me if when I take a step back and I just breathe for a second, take a few deep breaths, and then I take a second and then I'm ready to go.
That's good advice for many out there. And I notice at times, do you ever visualize or kind of go out and work through a game situation before you're ever even in a game?
Well, of course, every time when we're drilling or something like this, you always think, okay, when like if even if it's just practice, you think, okay, if this happens, I need to do this, or if this happens, I need to do that. So you kind of are always just thinking of step by step of what's going to happen in a game and what I should do in a game when you're in practice. That helps a lot.
That's great. So growing up playing ball, when did you get your start with baseball?
A long time ago. I don't know, maybe I first grade maybe. That's when it really
Okay.
started. Maybe yeah,
So you've been playing it for a long time. That's
yeah,
great.
a long time.
And with all of that time, what has been your favorite place that you've actually played ball?
As of right now, I'd say St. George, probably Desert Hills is field because we don't really have. That's a really nice field, and we don't really have that luxury of a field around us.
Yeah, and there are a lot of great fields out there,
Yeah.
and I love that you can remember one that kind of sticks out there. When you talk about practice and playing ball, what what have you and your teammates done to kind of keep practice fun and kind of get out of the chore of doing drills over and over again?
Yeah, it's kind of nice. We do a team night, so like after practice or something like that, we'll go and we'll just hang out at a teammate's house or even just play like a wiffle ball game after practice or just small competitive games to make it so it's not a chore of practice, but to make it more competitive and more of the fun side of practice.
Great. So looking around and seeing there's a lot of individuals in sports and there's a lot of professional and minor league and college and all of that around you. Um, a question I have is who is your favorite sports hero out there and why?
Um, I'd probably have to go with um, maybe like Conor McGregor. I like him a lot. He's a UFC star. He just brings excitement, and that's what I like, bringing
Okay.
excitement and stuff. Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
controversial, but he's exciting.
That's great. That's a lot of fun. And speaking of fun and other things, what is your favorite memory from playing sports through high school?
Um, Probably the bus rides. I really enjoy the bus rides. Those are really fun. Yeah, because everybody's
That's
on the team, everybody's enjoying each other. Yeah, they're just really fun.
that's fun to hear. We as we ask these questions to different athletes and stuff, I'm getting different answers, and that's great. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah,
That's actually interesting. I know one of the things that I felt was important when my kids played sports was, even though we attended almost every game, every activity, it was like, you know what, you're gonna ride home on the bus. You need to have
yeah,
that time with your teammates. So
yeah,
that's really
exactly.
cool to see.
Hmm.
That's awesome. Um, let's see, we've asked a lot of these questions. I want to talk to you a little bit about what are you looking forward to, say the next 2 to 5 years. Where is Bo going to be in that time?
Well, right after this virus ends or whatever, I'm gonna head out to college in Illinois. So I'm gonna go play baseball out there. So that's what hopefully that'll be the next 2 to 5 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's great to have an opportunity to continue playing at the next level. And I'm definitely with you there on having all of this end of day stuff quit being done.
Yeah.
So that's really great. I mean, right now we should be out at the ball field. You should be popping the ball out there into left field and
Exactly.
hitting the bases. So
Yeah.
definitely not fun, especially your senior year. What would you say? And this wasn't a question I actually gave you a heads up on, but what would you pass on to the other guys on the team and stuff about sports in general and what they should be thinking about?
Honestly, the biggest thing for me is bonding with your teammates because you can have star players at every position, everywhere. Like you can have a star team, should win a championship on paper, but if you guys can't gel or you can't be friends, then it's not going to work because you're always going to be picking at each other and it's just going to tear each other down slowly and slowly.
That's great advice. So, um, UHSAA has kind of talked about, hey, it's May 1st is when we're going to relook at what the season looks like. There's a couple different scenarios that may play out for a shortened season or going directly into playoffs, whatever. What what would be your hopes and thoughts on an extension of the season even into the summer?
Right. As of right now, it's pretty controversial because you have kids graduating and then you have kids going straight to college or you have kids going on a mission and there's a lot of seniors out there who are concerned with that as well. And honestly, I think it'd be nice if we played May 1st and tried to end it like as soon as possible, either whether that means have a short playoffs or, just a short amount, make it a shorter season or something like that. But let's play, but let's not extend it so long.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's got to be tough with you as you're planning to, hey, I'm moving on and going to play ball for college. So
Yeah.
um, that's great. Well, I want to thank you for talking with us today. I appreciate you being here and working with us. And I just want to have everyone else follow us on our social media. We have all kinds of social media going on right now. We've got us Twitter, Maple MTN Sports. We've got Facebook, Maple Mountain Sports. We've got YouTube, Maple Mountain Sports, and Instagram, Maple Mountain Sports. So a lot of great places. We're going to be putting these out on our different sites and providing these. And we really appreciate you visiting with us today.